All right, let's figure out how to make this raised portion back here, because a lot of the rest of the fuselage, it's not really that complicated. It's just kind of this amorphous shape that we kind of have to roughly outline. It does have sort of a seam along here, along this, kind of like this mid portion along its waist. I didn't think they all had that, but looking at other pictures, maybe they do. The model I showed you before doesn't really have a tight edge there. Anyway, let's focus on this thing right now. So I made a couple of loops at the beginning and approximately the end of that area. Okay. Let's see, is this? It's going to come straight back like this. And I think what I'm going to try, there's different ways you could do it, but I'm going to select these two polygons right here, and I'm just going to hit extrude and extrude it up, you know, about to the top here. I'm looking in the side view. Check on that. All right, that'll kind of work maybe. And I'm going to throw another loop in there. So go into edge mode, get all these guys and connect. And I'm just going to shove it back there. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to, here's a new technique. I'm going to use target welds. I'm going to go to vertex and I'm going to do, I think this will work. And I'm going to target, I want to get rid of this corner here. I want to go straight down. So I'm going to target weld from there to there. So I click and drag. I'm in target weld in vertex mode. And I click from this one and drag down to this one. Okay, if it doesn't do the right thing, be sure to undo it. That's pretty cool, right? And then I'm going to go into polygon mode. And let's see if I can make a, first of all, is it useful to try to see what a turbo smooth looks like on top of here? I'm just going to throw one on here just for demonstration purposes. Okay. So I will try this. I don't know how exactly this is going to look like the photograph, but let's just see what we got. So I'll use bevel, and I'm going to do with no height. And try a little bit smaller. Whoops. Something like that. And I'm going to go into vertex mode and maybe make it so it's not quite so. Remember to always work symmetrically on these. Let's see if I got to scale it. I'm going to try scaling these two. Let's see if that will work. No, you got to scale. I'll try going into poly mode and scaling this way. All right, anyway, so now I'm just going to try beveling with no outline, but negative height, just straight in there. You don't have to make a hole that punches all the way out the back. I mean, you could, but nobody's going to, I don't think, look down in there. So that's going to work for the moment. We'll come back and do detail on that as we need to. Let's look at the wings, okay? So what I'm going to do is get this guy here and the one on the other side. Okay, make sure you're doing this exactly on the side of it. And let's look on the side viewport. And I'm going to go to the transparent. Okay, so I can see here that the wings actually come quite low. So maybe I'm going to take, I mean, the wings come out low in the body of the plane. Okay, these things might need to be And, you know, we just do it a bit at a time. We can go back and fix it up more as we need to. Go a little lower. And remember, always do, looks like here I probably should undo all that because it looked like I missed one, made one slightly unsymmetrical. But, all right, so now I'm going to select just this line here. I'm going to just make sure I got the one on the other side. And I'm going to chamfer them, okay? Enough to make, because I want to make the wing, and move it up a little bit just so it looks better. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. I'm going to go to chamfer, and let me put this guy too. Okay, so it creates this base there. Something like that. I'm going to do check. And now let's see how this works out. So I'm going to select that one, hold down Control, get the ones on the other side. All right. And looking in the top viewport, okay. I don't know if let's try using bevel. So I'm going to do bevel and just bevel out till we get to the end. I think if I try to make it like this, see, it's getting too skinny. So I'm not going to do outline. I'm just going to move the vertices for that. All right. So I bevel it out the right length. And now I'll take the front pair right here, right? And then Control and get this front pair and move them back until I get to the edge of the wing. Right. Now I'll get this front pair. I'm marquee selecting to get the two. And I'm getting those guys, okay? Take these guys back here. All right, now let's select all the end ones and Control select the other end ones, and let's look at it in the front viewport. Okay, so it came out like at a weird angle, but that's okay. Yours might come out at a slightly different angle. Okay, the whole thing looks a little low in this viewport. It looked a little high in the other viewport, but you know, not too bad. Let's try, so I think we want these tail wings, right? These tail wings come up at an angle like this. So let's try, I probably should have got the fuselage a little bit more sorted out before I started going hog wild with this, but so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to chamfer here, check. I'm going to select, this has got to look a little weird, but let's see. Whoops. And I'm going to look in kind of in this viewport. Okay, I'm just going to extrude them right now. Like that, exactly the same thing, okay? And then I go in one for vertex mode, these guys back here, vertex mode. There might be a little bit of fidoodling that needs to be fixed. Okay, nice. Now I'm going to select the outer edges and move it up or down until it's right. So here's that. looks like the base is a little bit out of whack. It's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to try the bottom now. Okay, so we'll get all the wings in order. Now chamfer again. So here, this one is check. And go into poly mode and extrude down. Let's see, go to the side view and adjust my extrusion amount. This is the amount I want, check. And I'm going to go into vertex mode. I'm going to take all these vertices right here, move them back a little bit more. Take the one in the front. This is somewhat more complicated than anything we've modeled before, but look at that. It's coming along. It's simple, but not too bad. So see if you can get that looking pretty decent, okay?